Hey Student Success, welcome to week 3. This is your week 3 assignment video. So I just want to remind you of your Student Services Workshop assignment. I did put the link in your week 2 announcements. So I just want to remind you that the video is there to help walk you through it. And then of course, where you can eventually Dropbox your certificate of attendance to whatever workshop you have completed. So let's go ahead and scroll down. Week 3 is based on chapter 11. So I encourage you to check out the chapter 11 lecture video or make sure you spend some time in the chapter itself. If we go ahead and take a look at week 3, as I mentioned, we're in chapter 11. And so you can see there are 2 assignments this week. There's no discussion forum, so a little different. No discussion board post. Both assignments need to be completed by Sunday. So that is how your attendance will be counted for this week, is if you complete both assignments on time by Sunday. So if you only turn in one, you will get partial attendance. So please make sure, not only for just point purposes, but also for attendance purposes, that you turn in both of these assignments. So what do you have to do this week? So let's go ahead and take a look. Under the assignments area, chapter 11 assignment. So you can do this a couple different ways. I'm going to show you the 2 options. So this is all about making a resume. Chapter 11 talks about your finances and things like that. And of course, you're here to land a job in the career that you hope to explore. And you'll do that by not only, doing all your work, but also then eventually having your resume ready to go. So this is going to have you kind of start that process. So here is the first way that you can complete this assignment. And it is just by following these directions exactly how they're on your screen. So you're going to pull up a Word doc, or you can see it says file or text. You can certainly scroll down and just type in your answers. And you're going to answer these questions, these 2 questions. You're going to make a list of 5 experiences, 5 qualifications, and 3 references that you will put on your resume. So you don't have to put specific names or anything like that. And so it says future resume, but that, you can kind of incorporate right now and then the future. So it can be a mesh of what you've currently done, what you're currently working on, and then maybe what you still need to do. So it's kind of like an exercise in thinking ahead. What kind of things will you need on there? So 5 experiences, that's what it sounds like, hopefully. Things that you've done. So jobs you've held, volunteer experiences that you've participated in, things that you have literally experienced. You have gone somewhere, done something. Qualifications are things that you have or things that you know. So they could be degrees, licensures, exams that you've passed. It could be certain skills that you possess. So 5 things or abilities or skills that you would be able to list that would be relevant to the field you're going into. And then 3 references. So you could literally just put, previous employer, my high school teacher, college teacher, whatever. You don't have to put their actual name on there. So essentially you are telling me 8 pieces of information, 5 experiences, 5 qualifications, 3 references. I would ideally start with what you already have done and what you already know. And if that itself does not round it out, then go ahead and think, okay, well, I also will need this eventually. So maybe you don't have your bachelor's degree yet, but that's going to be something that you're going to have to list to be able to hopefully get a job. The second thing that you're going to answer is what kind of job, internship, or other experience could you have now in your college years that will strengthen your resume? So other than taking classes, because everyone here is taking classes, could you go after an internship? Are there volunteer experiences? Could you think of any type of part-time job? So something that you can do in addition to taking classes that is going to strengthen your resume in the future. So you're going to answer these in 3 to 5 sentences. Now you can answer them totally separate, 1, 2, or you can kind of write about them in one long paragraph, whatever makes the most sense for you. So you can just answer them completely as is. The second way you can complete this is if you already have a resume. So this does not necessitate you creating a resume. I do not expect you to build a resume for this assignment. But if you already have a resume started, you can upload your resume, and then all you would need to do is address, are you missing anything from this part? Are you missing your references? Do you not have 5 qualifications and 5 experiences listed? So you would just put those on there, in the comment area. You would upload your resume, and then the comment area, go ahead and just jot down, I also need to eventually get this type of degree or this type of license. Then you'll answer question 2 no matter what. To further strengthen your resume, what else could you be doing outside of your coursework? So what's something else that you could kind of help build your resume? So that's how you can complete this assignment. Just answer these questions just like they are, question 1, question 2, or upload your resume and then address anything missing from question 1 and then completely address question 2. Because again, you are allowed to both upload a file or do a text submission. So you can also kind of do a combo of those. So if you have questions on your chapter 11 assignments, like I call it the resume assignment because it's obviously like a resume assignment, let me know. All right, the other thing you're doing for this week is a kind of a 2-parter. There's a financial literacy workshop. So Dr. Roy Baker recorded this, I want to say last summer. And so you will start this. It is again a little lengthy. I apologize for that, but it doesn't start until a little bit into it. So it's actually not as long as it appears to be. He just happened to hit the record button kind of early. There you go. You can hear him talking there. So you'll have to wait. So it's not as long as it appears, if that helps you. So you'll watch this financial literacy workshop again because chapter 11 is all about finances, like financial management, money management, making smart decisions as it relates to that whole realm of things. When you've watched this after the fact, then you're going to have a personal finance quiz. It's called a workshop assignment, but it is a 10-question quiz and you only have 1 attempt. So please make sure you take your time. You can use whatever resources you need. Like when you're ready, you'll hit launch quiz and then you'll kind of like just make sure you're ready to go. There's really no time limit. It says 120 minutes. I don't know that you will need 2 hours. It will time out after 2 hours though. So like if you kind of pull it up and then walk away, it'll eventually time out, but you have a little bit of time. So do not start it though until you have watched the workshop, you have a good grasp. And then whenever you start the quiz, you can certainly go back into the workshop and try to find anything that's going to help you answer a question, or if you have another resource that can help you answer a question, you're welcome to use that. But again, remember, you only have 1 attempt, so you want to try to do your best and get those answers as accurate as possible. All right, so real quick recap here. So in week 3, you are spending some time in chapter 11, and then you're completing these 2 assignments, the chapter 11 assignment that is connected to resumes, and then you're watching the finance workshop and taking that little quiz that follows it. Both of those will serve as your attendance for this week, due by Sunday. If you have any questions, reach out and let me know. Have a great week.